Guys, I'm just going to put it right up here on Front Street. I'm really tired, and I just got off a really long, grueling shift at work, so I'm not going to do much editing. I'm not going to put up more than just this one picture up, but I do want to talk about what came out today, because it's important. Production and crew, they're the ones who make the show, and I really do want to put a lot more emphasis on that. Another reason is that there is cool stuff to talk about here, and I think it does get me excited, and it really helped me actually get through work. And the other reason is that tomorrow will be Arc 5's final episode, and due to my work schedule for the week, I want to get the episode reaction out tomorrow. I want to get it out as fast as I can, and then pretty much everything anime-wise I talk about for Yu-Gi-Oh! For the rest of the month will pretty much be dictated by if this last episode is good or bad. So take that as you will. So yeah, let's talk about it. The big thing today is that we got background information, and some interesting new things to talk about. Plus this picture I got up here. Come on, people. Do I need another picture? This image is fucking badass. So, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about all this stuff, starting with Yusaku's voice actor. He will be voiced by Ishige Shuya, who has only done background work. I couldn't find anything on this guy, so this is his first major role. Yu-Gi-Oh's always been good with casting, so at least as far as the Japanese dub goes. So I'm just going to put their faith in this one. So there's that. Then we have the opening will be called With the Wind. If you watched Mega Capital G's video on this, you know that a small clip was posted to a Japanese Twitter account. I cannot get that video to play, so I'm not going to link it below. But if you can find it, more power to you. I mean, look, we'll know what it is in a couple months. The song is being done by Tommy, which did some stuff for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, or at least one of the openings there. And I know a lot of people love the openings to JoJo. I have not seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure just for time. But, you know, great. I don't have much else to say here. As for the rest of the information, we're just going to shoot through these. Obviously, original idea, Kazuki Takashi. Director, and this is the most exciting, is Masahiro Hosada, who directed Virgin Fleet, a couple episodes of Digimon Cross Wars, and Kaiji, and most importantly, Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods, which says a lot to me about what they want to do with this series. Now, as many of you know, I liked Dragon Ball Z a lot as a kid, but I've fallen off. I don't watch Dragon Ball Super. I just don't care anymore. But I did watch Battle of the Gods, and I did really like it. And I think a lot of what makes that a good movie is because it knows just how much of the Dragon Ball Z stuff to use while knowing how to introduce sort of new stuff and a fresh new take and update a lot of the concepts that need to be updated. And that's what I really liked about it, was that it made Dragon Ball Z feel fresh again. And then Super happened, and it's gone on forever, and I just don't freaking care. But I think this is a real good guy to have in your corner, and I'm real happy about that, because I'm hoping what it means is that he does have a fresh, new, interesting take, and the series will find that nice balance of new and old and going in innovative directions. Series direction, is, I believe that is similar to what we call a showrunner here in the US, basically someone who kind of oversees the show as a whole. The series direction will be done by Yoshida Kin, who did Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's episode 27 onward and all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Zale. As many of you know, Zale's my favorite, so that's a good sign for me. And 5D's I think is just okay, but a big portion I think of why people love 5D's is because it did sort of put it in this new direction of a serious edge, and I assume this guy has a lot to do with that. So what I hope this means is he's combining what he gave to the two different series, the serious forward momentum edge of 5Ds with the character-driven narrative of Zale, I think can really go in a new direction. And again, having a director who knows these kinds of things and how to do that effectively really helps. Dual composition, Mishiro Hikabuko, I'm assuming, I didn't look some of these people up, I'm assuming unless there's credits after their name, they're either new people or just the normal people. Character design, Hara Kenishi, none of the designs have grabbed me so far, they just look standard for Yu-Gi-Oh! Sound director will be Matsuko Hiroki, who did the sound direction for Dark Side of the Dimension, as well as Arc 5 and Zale. Great! Arc 5 and Zale have such a great cinematic quality to them, and as much as I didn't like Dark Side of the Dimensions, technically, the technicals are still great. So what I'm hoping is this guy continues the cinematic level of animation and quality we've been getting from the past years. I mean, I know I've said the quality dips in Arc 5 from time to time, but overall, it does still really deliver, and I think the atmosphere the sound provides is great. The music will be done by Mitsumune Shiken, so the score, who did the original Duel Monsters, Spirit Grapher, Familiar of Zero, Rosin Maiden. I've heard the Japanese Duel Monsters score. I prefer the English score. I think it's just more cool and epic, but it's fine. I haven't heard of any of these other animes. I'm embarrassed to say if any of them are your favorite. Familiar of Zero is the only one I know, but I know that's not a beloved anime at all. I have heard some of the music, though, from that one, just from seeing clips from it, and it sounds nice, so hopefully it'll be a nice sound. Animation Studio Gallop, they do all of these. I've been saying for a while, I would like, since Yu-Gi-Oh! Is such a chameleon-type series where it changes depending on the new series and what it's trying to do, I would love to see a new studio take over. Like, I would love to see what Trigger could do with Yu-Gi-Oh! Or JC Staff or Silverlink. Just, dear God, someone different than the same people over and over again. Production will be overhead by NAS. You know them as the people who killed Dueling Network. So do with that information what you will. Then we also get the story introduction. This is very interesting because this tells us a lot more than just a one paragraph that our main character's a loner. So the official story synopsis, I have all this in the linked below, but I do want to read it because I haven't actually read it yet. And I do think, and it looks interesting. There is a city where network systems have evolved. Den City. In this city, with the advanced network technology developed by the corporation Soul Technology, another evil company, remember Leo Corporation and Kaiba Corp, a virtual reality space called Link Vrains has been developed, and in the VR space, people become excited over the latest way to duel. I don't know if this means we're getting a Sword Art Online type world, or if it's going to kind of be one of those things where everyone's just at their desk and they just have, like, avatar representations. However, in Link Vrains, a mysterious hacker group that hacks via dueling has appeared. The Knights of Hanoi, their goal is to destroy AI world known as Cybers that exists somewhere in the depths of the network. Okay, so there's a reason these things are called Cybers. However, there is one duelist who stands against the threat to Link Vrains. His name is Playmaker. He has become famous in the network world for crushing the Knights of Hanoi in fierce duels without mentioning his name. But the true identity of Playmaker is ordinary high school student Yusaku Fujiki, who pursues the Knights of Hanoi that appears in Vrains in order to find out the truth of an incident that happened in the past. Cool! Like, again, it sounds kind of SAO. It sounds very technological based. I like the idea that dueling is once again a narrative tool like it was in Zale. They use the dueling serves a purpose. It's their hacking method. So again, like, this also gives Yusaku a very logical reason to duel. A lot of us, myself included, thought Yusaku was going to be a noob. He might start out as a noob. It depends on if this series introduction is more supposed to outline the entire first arc. I like the idea he's got a screen name, Playmaker, and I also like the fact that his personality seems to stay consistent throughout. He is described as a loner who keeps to himself. That follows this description. He doesn't want to get involved with people. Hearing that an incident in the past, either he's got dead parents or a missing father, most likely. So that's very interesting that he's not just doing this for the sake of justice or to make people smile. No, there's a legitimate reason for what he's doing, and it's not just some cheesy one. He legitimately is after something. He wants something. It's not just, I'm justice for the sake of being bland. He's looking for something, and that is interesting. Also, you can make it that he's a good duelist online, but still give him an outside world arc. I like the idea that we're going to have two sides to the plot here. There's going to be how he learns to interact with people in the real world, as it would appear. Other than that, they wouldn't mention the fact that he's a loner. And also the fact that he's got this cool plot where he looks for things. And if done correctly, this can be very good because you can have the two plots develop and eventually intertwine, which Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been very good at. But again, Arc 5 lost me on its personal elements. I would love for this series to bring me back. I really want to see interesting relationships between Yusaku and the main girl whose name I'm dropping right now. I want that. I want emotion to this. I want deepness. I want kind of that sort of interesting edge they want to bring to it, that he's not quite a hero, but he's going to incidentally do the right thing, and the bad guys seem to have a better plot than just, I'm going to take over the world by being good at Yu-Gi-Oh! So that all seems very interesting to me. And that's why I wanted to talk about this, because this gets me excited, hearing good people behind it, and hearing this interesting new plot idea, and knowing that introducing a new monster type isn't pointless. But what did you think? In the comment section below, tell me your thoughts about all this. Is there anything you're hoping from Vrains? Is there anyone here on this cast list or production list that overly excites you or gets you nervous in ways I did not mention? Tell me that below, and as always, click the like, click subscribe, and I guess we'll see you tomorrow.